Ross, hello.
Muted. How you going, John?
Yeah, mate, how you doing?
Yeah, well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. Sorry, I just had to drop my wife off to doctor's appointment, so I'm in the car.
Oh, yeah, yeah, no worries.
That's okay. What's happening with you? You all healthy?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, thanks. Yeah. I
Yeah.
had plenty of ups and downs. I had a bad run, but I'm doing okay. I'm keen to move forward and get some business happening.
So, what's stopping you from making that happen right now?
Um, Look, I guess myself, um, like I really liked what you were doing, what you did on the training on Thursday with the outreach, and
Mhm.
I've started setting that some of that up. Um, did some of the research in Perplexity and the likes. Um, I guess you offered just help get that going, and that was something that really caught my attention, being able to do that the way you
Okay, so
showed that.
who do we want? Who do we? Well, first of all, what do we want to sell? What's the one thing that we want to lead with? Let's do that.
Yeah, look, I was AI bot as a speed to lead, so instead of missed call text back,
Mhm.
AI bot answering the calls.
Yep. Yep.
Um, um, so that was my primary, and then I thought, well, maybe even database reactivation is even better. So one of those two.
So, if you had
Um,
to pick one or the other, which one would you pick? Because you want to lead with one, not both.
yeah. So I think database reactivation.
That's
Um,
hard. That's much harder to sell.
all right, let's go the easier one.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
we do database reactivation. It takes a lot longer
Yep.
to sell because most people the back end of a business. Well, the types of business you have to go after are businesses that have 5,000, 10,000, or more contacts. Then the problem you have is that where do they get the contacts from? How long, how engaged are these contacts? So there's all these questions to make a database reactivation campaign work, and most people's databases are terrible. And so now you might get agreements, but now you've got a mess to deal with, and you're not charging enough to fix that mess in most cases. And so, at a basic level, database reactivation kind of makes sense. I would, at a basic level, I wouldn't do database reactivation. I would do like a cash machine 4 day sale type thing. Like I would run a
Okay.
promotion on email where I'd be going, great, we're going to create a really compelling offer, make it quantity sensitive, time sensitive. We're going to put lots of scarcity in, and we're going to follow the crap out of it, and we're going to sell the shit out of it in 4 days, and then you make money, right? But that's only a one-off project.
Yeah.
That's not an ongoing type scenario. And you could lead with that as a foot in the door because running a compelling promotional campaign that generates sales. You know, most people would think that's a good idea, right? So my only challenge with database reactivation is most people's databases are terrible. You need to
Mm.
work with people who buy a lot of leads. So they've got to be feeding the monster, right?
Yep.
Um, because you want to, the closer the contact is to the point of entry into that database, the more likely you've got of getting somebody to buy something, right? So that's database reactivation. The other thing with database reactivation is you kind of really got to know the business that you're doing it for. You got to kind of know how they acquire them, why people buy. You've got to think of the psychology behind the buying, and then crafting the offer. You've actually got to come up with an offer that already works. You can't. It's not like you're going to make a new offer. If you make a new offer, that means you've got to, then you don't know if it's working. You've got to test it, right?
Yep.
So there's lots of issues or things that would stop you from being able to sell it, right? And then so for me, I'm looking at like we sell it, but we sell it to companies who are 30 and 50 million in revenue. They've got, our average client has a database of 100,000 customers. right?
Wow.
Like that
Yeah.
would be at our average client. So we don't deal with small businesses with database reactivation. That's not to say that DBR doesn't work with small businesses. It does, but it's a messy process. Depending on it's all dependent on the thing.
Right.
Voice activated lead management or inbound managing of leads through a voice AI. That's easy. That's easy to
Yeah.
plug in. It's easy to set up. It's easy to demonstrate. Um, but again, the people you want to sell it to are people who buy lots of leads. You don't want to sell it to somebody who's not running ads. They've got to be running ads, and
Exactly.
they've got to be generating at least 20 or more leads a day is roughly where they should be. 20 or more inquiries a day. So
Okay.
that's 400 inquiries a month.
Yep.
All right. Now, on average, a business that generates 400 inquiries a month can't keep up with 400 inquiries, can't keep up 20 calls a day, because oftentimes these businesses might only have one salesperson. So you're looking for businesses that have more than one salesperson. Second thing is you've got to look at numbers. You've got to sit there and say, okay, if they're getting 400 leads, they're probably making about 50 appointments. That means 350 leads don't get managed, right? So 50 leads get managed. Now, of the 50 leads, the show up rate might be 50%, so you're going to end up with 25 leads. Out of 25 leads, worst case scenario, you're doing a 1 in 5 close, you're looking at 5 sales. So the conversion rate on 400 leads is 0.5%.
Pretty bad.
Well, it's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just they can't manage it, right? So the double the sales of this company to go to 5 sales to 10 sales is really easy. Just
Mm.
manage the 300 leads and double your appointments. That's it.
Yep.
Answer questions. The positives of using a voice agent to manage leads is that you can answer questions, you can qualify people, and you can set the appointment, right?
Yeah.
Or you can go direct to connecting a call,
Yep. To a live
right?
agent.
If
Live.
it's in work if it's in work hours or the hours you have a salesperson attached to it, right?
Yep.
So those are the positives, right? So it's really easy to sell. You sit there and say, right now, one thing that you're probably struggling with is getting to those leads, following up those leads, right? And you're probably struggling with your salespeople to try and do their job because they're trying to handle or manage whatever they can manage. So naturally, you're missing out on opportunities. Your opportunity cost on 350 leads lost is 395 minus your average sale, right, is roughly your opportunity cost. So if you got a $3,000 sale, 395 times 3,000, that's $1 million worth of revenue, right?
Yep.
Or if it's 10,000, that's $3 million worth of revenue, right? Right. Now you're not going to get 3 million. You're not going to get 100%, right? But you could double
Right.
or triple it. You could safely say you could double or triple it. If you double or triple it and change nothing else, same fall off rate, same thing, you're looking at 10 as opposed to 5 or 15 as opposed to 5. Now multiply that out every month, that ends up being a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's the
Absolutely.
story that you want to tell.
Yep.
So then what you want to do, it's really easy. You pick the business you want, you go and check these businesses that are running ads, go and check their website, give them a call and see how fast they follow you up.
What's the best way to find who's running ads? I know when you did that exercise in Perplexity Pro, you asked for whether they were running ads
Yeah.
from memory.
And they showed me the ones that were running Google ads and Facebook ads.
So does it really know? Like it
Yeah.
is, it is, they
Yeah.
are?
Yeah.
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 Uh, so so my niche that I'm targeting is the IT services industry.
Okay. How many
You
IT service companies are there on the Gold Coast?
well, not on the they're not going to be on the Gold Coast. They're more like Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and Silicon
We're
Valley.
we're we're a 750,000 population right here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't there be IT services companies here on the Gold Coast?
they're going to be quite small though, John. In on average, like that, they're not going to be having this 5 million plus turnover
Yeah,
on the Gold Coast,
yeah,
are they?
yeah. You don't know until you look.
No, no.
If there's a 750,000, how many businesses are there on the Gold Coast?
There's a
All of them
lot.
need IT. All of them need tech. IT networking. How many businesses have more than 10 desk seats at a desk on the Gold Coast?
Yeah, I know. My,
Probably a
my
lot.
wife's a my wife's a general manager in a law firm, and they have an
Yeah,
IT company, and I
yeah,
know they're calling on them a lot, and they provide a full service, so that type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Um,
So
so
we don't know. We don't know until we look. We don't know
no,
until we look, right?
maybe I'm
Because
trying to look
I
too
know
far
that there's
ahead.
very large IT service companies in Newcastle. I know there's large IT companies in Geelong. These are all satellite cities. We're a satellite city. Why wouldn't you,
Mm.
like
True,
Google it,
true.
Google IT services and see who's running ads,
Yeah,
right?
and with that,
Anybody,
with
any
that,
right now, don't sit there and go, I got to target companies of 5 million plus. Don't do that.
no,
You need
no,
fucking paying customers, Ross. You need
yes,
money, right? You need
yeah,
money. Do you
yeah,
care who pays you money? Do you really give a shit?
no,
No.
no,
All right. So if there's a small IT service company, even if they're doing $1 million and they're spending 5 grand a month on ads and they're buying leads and they're getting 20 inquiries a day, I'm in. Right? It doesn't
yeah,
matter. Right
okay,
now, you need clients and customers, big, small, or indifferent. It
yeah,
doesn't matter. Right?
mm,
Like I don't. You shouldn't care. You should. Whoever's willing to pay your bill, take the money. Right now, right? Because the thing
mm,
is, that's your learning
yeah,
curve.
yeah,
You're going to learn.
yeah,
You want to. I'm telling you that you want to screw this up. You want to completely mess this up. Because if
mm,
you don't mess it up, right, and you get a situation where it does get messed up, then it's going to be a big problem when you got decent clients, right? So I'm not saying that your intent is to mess up. I'm just saying it might happen and it's more likely to happen. Anything to do
mm,
with tech will fuck up. Tech
mm,
does not work. It doesn't work. It always messes up. Go high level always messes up.
mm,
AI always messes up. It always does. It doesn't matter what you do. It's always messy, right? It's tech, right? I had a tech thing today. It messed up, right? So I'm not right now. I couldn't care if it's a 5 million or a 10 million or a 1 million or a half a million. I couldn't care if they're going to pay your bill that you ask for and you're going to learn from it. Take the money, right? So for me,
okay,
number one criteria must be running ads. There's no point because
yes,
you're managing leads, and I would want
yeah,
them to be getting at least 20 leads on average per day. Is probably the average, 20 inquiries a day. I would probably
yeah,
go as low as 10. That would be the lowest I would go.
mm,
All right.
uh,
Yeah. And
but
then
you
what
can
you want to do,
obviously you can't get that from Perplexity, obviously.
well,
Um,
no, but you're going to know. Like I can go and do a spy foo on an ad campaign. If somebody's spending $100 a
mm,
day, that's 3 grand a month. They should be, depending on the industry, depends on what the cost per click is. I look for companies that are spending at least 10 grand a month on ads. If they're spending 10 grand a month on ads, they'll get that number of inquiries, you know. So
mm,
that's roughly what you're looking for. The first thing is, are you running ads? How many leads are you getting? That's going to give you an indication,
mm,
right?
mm.
Then you got to
So
then you got to go. Great. What happens when people, like you can go into Perplexity and say, what happens when people mismanage leads in IT service businesses? What are the things that happen? Boom, boom, boom. I guarantee you that three of the things that happen will happen to the people you're reaching out to. We're not
mm,
getting
mm,
back in time. We're not following up. We're not following through. Okay, great. This is costing you money. You're spending money and you're wasting it, but you don't even know you're wasting it, right? So that's the mistake. So what happens when they plug you in? That's the next thing. What are benefits of you doing what you do for them, for their
yeah,
business, right? And then what you want to do is you want to create a mock scenario. Now, a mock scenario for me, I would look for benchmarking. So I would say, on average, if the business is generating this many leads, and let's say the worst case scenario, they're converting roughly 1 in 10, and their average sale is this, what is the opportunity cost of if they're getting 10 leads a day, right?
yeah,
Now, alternatively, if they were plugging in speed to leave, what would it look like with a 30% increase? What would it look like with a 50% increase? What would it look like with a 100% increase? And then now you've got your case, right?
yeah,
And then you put a little bit about the company and you tell them that you really like them. I like the idea of partnering up with businesses like you. I'm looking for people who are focused on optimizing growth. The fact that you're investing in marketing means you're optimizing growth, right? And I, based on what I'm seeing, our worst case scenario, this is roughly what you want to look at. A worst case scenario. Are you open to have a look at the idea? That's it. It's as simple as that. And then
Okay.
just send that out. Takes you about 8 minutes to put that together. Stick it on Gamma. You got a presentation. You can video it. You can loom it. You can deliver it. Don't send it until you get acceptance.
Right.
I
Yep.
put this together. I did this. This is why I did this. That's what you want to say. I put this
Yep.
together. This is why I did this. What I'm after is you being open to having asked me questions about it. Because essentially, I built a plan that adds this type of revenue or more to your business specifically. So, as a business owner of your business with a plan that's dedicated to your business, I would imagine that you'd be at least open to the idea of having a look, right?
Yep.
And then you've got to get acceptance. They go, yeah, I want to have a look. Great. Let me, open up your calendar for me and let me make a time.
Yes.
And now you're going to have a conversation.
Yep.
That's it. And at the end of that
Okay.
conversation, you can say, great, what do you like about the idea? They're going to go, I like these things. It's going to follow up. It's going to do da da da. Great. What's your worst case scenario? Well, worst case scenario, we're going to be better off than we were at right now. Well, great. So if we base this on the worst case scenario, is it worth investing this to get that? Now we multiply that out over 12 months and we multiply that over 3 years. This is roughly what you should be looking at. That's your worst case scenario. So what do you think we should do with this plan? That's it. Let them buy.
That's it.
Yeah. So all you're
You
doing
make it
is,
sound so simple.
it is that simple. It is that simple because I've got a guy, 4 people, Ross, from Thursday, last Thursday, 4 people have already closed clients. One
Okay.
closed a $50,000 sale. One closed a $36,000 sale. One picked up 12 grand. Another one picked up a $25,000 sale. 4 people off directly off the webinar have already made money off the fucking thing. It works, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't have any
Um,
special treatment. They didn't book an appointment with me. They just went and fucking did it, right? And they made money. They've already made money. Yeah.
yep.
They've
Right.
already, it's already like it's Monday today. I did the thing on Thursday. They already banked money, cash,
Yeah.
done. So it
Good.
works. It is that
Yep.
easy. It is that easy because people are doing it. And they didn't
Yeah.
have the script and they didn't have the process. They just literally go, oh, that's a good, I can do that. And they went and did it and they freaking made money straight away.
All right.
You know,
Sounds good.
I got another person. He says, I've got 3 more deals on the way
Wow.
from Thursday. From Thursday. How did you get the deals, Tony? I did what you said. I went to Perplexity. I found the businesses. I did the thing. I sent the thing. I asked them if they want to see it. They want to see it. They all want to see it. Great. He's got 3 more opportunities. He's closed one. He's got 3 more. What do you want to do? Right.
So
The
when
reason
they're
why,
sending,
yeah,
yeah.
go on.
When they're sending people say they've made a video of it
Yeah,
and split it into
yeah,
three, 4 parts.
yeah.
What's he asking to do? Is they got a call to action where the videos are, or just following up?
No,
Did you have a look?
they generally try to make a time to talk to them directly and walk them through it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot better, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
And just,
yeah.
not the video, just run through the presentation.
Well, Monica, who was on that training, she called the guy and said, I made this thing for you. And she was about to say, I'll send it to you. And he said, oh, okay. And he said, well, you know what? If you want to, I can show it to you right now. Right. And the guy goes, okay. And so she said, let's hop on Zoom. I'll walk you through it off her computer. And that's what she did. She made the call and made the appointment straight away. She closed it
It's a
on the
good
spot.
thing she'd made it. It's a good thing she'd made it in advance.
Well, you don't contact them until you've made it.
No, I know. That's what I
Well,
mean.
you don't contact anybody because you don't know who they are. Who are you going to? You're
No,
contacting a person specifically because you created this for them.
I understand. I'm
Yeah,
just saying it was a good thing she
yeah,
had that she was prepared.
yeah. Well, she followed the process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then she just did it, and she got a client. 3 hours after the webinar, she landed a customer doing
All
exactly
right.
what was in the webinar. Three
Yeah.
hours. Yeah,
All
it
right.
wasn't brain surgery. I didn't do anything spectacular. It wasn't a difficult thing to do. I didn't like, what did I do? I went to Perplexity and asked Perplexity a question. It gave me an answer. Then I asked it to
Yeah.
do the next thing and it gave me the answer. I asked it the next thing, it gave me the answer, right?
Yeah. But
And then all I did
as
was copy and paste it into Gamma and it made a presentation for me,
mm. So
you know?
talking about what you're charging the client or what you would be charging the client in these kinds of situations,
Well,
is
every business owner has their own charges. So what do you want to
mm,
charge the people in this case? Not what I want to charge or what I would be
yeah,
charging. People, like I said, they're charging what they want to charge. So what do you
yeah.
believe would be a fair price for what you do?
Well, if I can give them a 5-to-1 ROI or even a 10-to-1 ROI, then it's a fair thing that I could be charging them 1/10 of the revenue that I can generate for them on the worst
Yep.
case scenario.
Yep. So there's your answer to your question.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. You make them 50 grand, you can charge them five. You
yeah,
make 100 grand, you can charge them 10.
yep,
Right. And if that's their worst case scenario, it's a bit of a no brainer.
yeah. Which is
Yeah.
what it's got to be, isn't it? A no-brainer.
Well, 1 to 10 is a no brainer.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Well, in my
It's
world, if somebody came to me and said, I'll give you $9 for every buck you spend, I'm in.
yeah.
Let's go.
It's like
I'm ready to
yeah,
go. So where do I sign? Right.
yeah.
You
Mad
know,
if you don't.
well, that's right. It's a no brainer.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Which is what a
Best
no-brainer
case
is.
scenario, you get more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do it
Mm,
that way, or you can have a set fee. Say we charge 5 grand to set up, we charge 2 grand a month to monitor it, and then you can go and sell them another bot on top of it
mm.
and
So
up
you,
and and up them.
yeah. All right.
It doesn't
Well,
matter which way it doesn't matter which way you create this, Ross. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It's just do it, right? The biggest so here's the thing. And I pulled these stats only recently because I wanted to know. So WordPress went and did an actual survey with agencies, right, around the world, right? 0.5% of the agencies that they surveyed brought on five or more customers, brand new customers per month. Five or more. 0.5%. 0.5%, right? 10% of agencies brought on two or more clients a month. 10%,
uh,
right?
yeah.
20% of agencies that were surveyed brought on one client a month.
Wow.
20%, right?
That's low.
40% of the agencies that they surveyed brought on one client in the last 3 months,
Wow.
right? Now, 60% of the agencies that they surveyed had never brought a client board in the last 6 months.
All right.
Yeah,
That's not sustainable.
it's impossible. It
Mm,
means that it means that 70% of agencies are not working. They're,
mm,
they're horseshit.
mm,
That's the market. The
mm,
average agency, the average marketing agency is making $20,000 to $35,000 a year. That's the average. That's how shit most of these businesses
mm,
are. Yeah.
mm,
Now here's why, right? Here's why. They don't have a clear one offer. They don't have a clear offer, right? They don't let anybody know about it. There's no consistency in their engagement. So they don't really target anybody. They spray and pray, right? Um, and they don't actively seek the opportunity to set appointments, to do
mm.
presentations.
Yep.
So they don't focus on making appointments. They don't show their idea to anybody, right? Um, and if you don't do those two things, then it's impossible for you to do anything.
Mm,
You're not making any
mm,
money. So I've been sitting down with people, and I'm saying, let's pull out your calendar for like last 2 weeks. Let's sit down. Let's pull out your calendar, right? And so now I want you to tell me what time did you start work on Thursday? What time did you get to work, right? On your agency. And said, I said, let's start at the beginning of the day. Let's go and do what you did on that day, right? Random day. I chose a Wednesday for one person. I sat down. Okay, it's Wednesday morning. So what did you do Wednesday morning? So I got up and had some breakfast. Okay, good. And then what did you do? They said, oh, check my emails. Okay. And so when did you finish checking your emails? Roughly what time? And he says, oh, about 9:30. I said, it took you half an hour to look at your emails, to check your emails. And he went, yeah. Okay, great. So what did you do after that? And he said, oh, I did a little bit of client work. When you say you did a little client work, what client work did you do? Right. And he said, oh, I went and I had to, set up a social media thing and check on something. How much time did you spend on that? I probably spent about half an hour on that. Great, half an hour. Great. Then what did you do? Read some more emails, um, got on TikTok, started watching TikTok videos. Okay, how long did you watch TikTok videos for? And I said, before you answer the question, open your TikTok to the day, go to your activity center, go to the day that we're talking about here, which is only last week. Go to that Wednesday, right? How many hours or how much time did you spend on TikTok? 4 hours.
Wow.
On that day, you spent 4 hours of your day scrolling through TikTok, right?
Wow.
Great.
Mm,
Did you send any emails to anybody about your idea, your offer?
mm.
No. Did you get a list together of anybody that you wanted to speak to reach out to engage anybody like that? No, I didn't do that. Okay. Did you pick up the phone? Did you follow up anybody? Did you actually make an appointment? No, I didn't do that. So what did you do with the other 3 hours in the day after you watched 4 hours of TikTok? Right? What did you do? Right? Oh, I went and had lunch. Blah, blah, blah. I said, great. So as a business owner, what would you do if you had an employee that operated the way you did, that you had to pay their salary for one day? What would you do? Right? And he says, I'd fire myself. I said, you should fire yourself. That's exactly what you should do right now. You should get out. Because if we go and look at the next day, I'll guarantee you it was pretty much a reflection of that day that we just chose. Would that be fair? Right? And he said, yeah. I said, so are you in business or are you fucking around? And he says, I guess I'm fucking around. I said, well, then you need to get off the fucking call and fuck around. Right?
Yeah.
You're either in the game or you're not in the game. You get up in the morning, you go and I'm right now, like last month, I was kind of in the sales mode because I was testing and we were doing a sales blitz, right?
Yep.
I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's the only time I can do fucking prospecting, right? 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm done by 5. I'm in the gym by 5:15. I'm out of the gym by 6:15, right? For my personal trainer. At 6:15, I'm creating content for 1 hour. At 7:30, I'm on a call, right? I'm on a call. And that call is following up, talking to somebody I've spoken to previously. That's roughly my time zone. My time zone between 7:15 and about 9 o'clock is all my follow-ups because that's America, right? Then
Yep.
I've got a webinar to do, my webinar, coaching, blah, blah. Then I might have a 1 or 2 coaching call. And then the rest of the day, it's me actively chasing, looking, at getting into making offers directly to the types of businesses I want to work with, because the type of offers I make, they're all 100,000 plus offers. So I'm very, very specific and very personalized in the offers I make. Now, if I opened my calendar, you would see blue, green, red, all the way through. There's no gaps. I've got no white spaces in my calendar, right? But every day there is offers being made, conversations that I've got to follow up on, time that I've allocated to make sure I'm getting into conversations, right? Every day, 5 days a week. Saturday,
Mm,
Sunday, I'm off. I don't work on the weekends. It's my time with family, friends, my wife. I don't give a shit. Anything that happens on the weekend, I don't care, right? It's not when I work. But Monday to
yep.
Friday, right, I'm working. My day, I'm normally done because I get up so early in the morning. I'm probably done by about 2:30 in the afternoon. That's my
Right.
day, right?
Yep.
I work half a day. I get to choose whichever half that is, right?
Right.
And but I made 11 sales last month. I collected $115,000 in cash deposits last month, Ross.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm coaching a bunch of people. I'm doing what I do, and I'm running my agency as well at the same time. I still
Yep.
managed to close 11 clients, right? Because I dedicate 2 hours of my life to teaching my people to do what I do, and that is to prospect,
Yeah.
right?
Mm,
That is to share my idea, ask people to have a look at my idea, Give me questions about my idea. Let's see if we can work together in my idea. I'm doing that every day, just 2 hours. Now, I did that for 2 hours for a month and I closed 11 sales. 11. I
Wow.
only had 60 prospects, Ross. I only
Yeah.
had 60 prospects. That's all I had. I didn't have 100 or 1,000. I didn't send out 1,000 emails. I didn't do that. I was just nurturing 60 people every day, 5 days a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
That's all I was doing. Nothing else, right? Because they're the people I want to talk to. Of the 60 people I did that with, I got to work with 11 of them,
Okay.
right?
Good
That's it.
number. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's it, right? If you follow the process that I've outlined with you and just reach out to 2 people a day with a plan,
Yep.
like 15 minutes of your life, that's all it's going to take you to do this, right? To set this up for 2 businesses you want to talk to. And then your job every day is to make sure you get to that conversation and that's it. And then eventually they're going to agree to have that conversation with you. And when they have that conversation with you, you've got a 50-50 shot of closing that deal, right? Because you believe in
Yep.
what you're doing and you believe in the fact you can deliver value. And then you're going to make
Yep.
money. You're going to close sales, right? You know, the only way that doesn't happen for you, Ross, is you don't do what I just shared with you.
Yes.
Don't show 2 people a day. Don't pick 2 businesses a day. Don't send them any direction to say, I put this thing together for you. Just don't do that. And there will be the result. All right. But I'll
Mm-hmm.
guarantee if you did that every day for just 2 people, that's 10 businesses a week. That's 40 businesses that you create a personalized plan for that take you roughly 10 to 12 minutes for each business. So you're spending half an hour of your life creating a plan for 2 businesses a day. The rest of the day, after you follow up and try to get a hold of them and do that, you can do whatever you like. Go water skiing,
Mm.
go swimming, go whale watching, do whatever you want. You don't need to do anything else because you've done your job. But I'll guarantee you at the end of the month, you would pick up 2 to 3 clients without any problem whatsoever.
Mm. Sounds
Do that
good.
for, well, no. Well, I know it sounds good, but when it sounds
I'm going to
good,
do it.
it's not
I'm going
it's
to do
not
it.
good. When it
No.
sounds good, it's not good, right? It's like
What's it?
I can do this. You can do that.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Remember,
will do
the
this.
majority of agencies do not bring on a client. The majority don't even bring on a client every 3 months.
Mm.
They dare not call themselves an agency. If you cannot land a deal in a month, you have not done anything. You have not done any work. You have not shown anybody. You've not reached anybody. You've not. It's impossible for you not to close a sale if you have at least 4 or 5 conversations about what you do in the marketplace in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's the only
All
way it's
right.
possible is you don't try. That's the
Yeah.
deal, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you play the games. You
Yep.
know, string 3 of those deals together and it's life changing
All right.
because it's
That
money,
sounds good, John.
right?
Yep. Sounds
That's
good.
what it,
It is.
that's what it's going to take. That's what it's
Yeah.
going to take. Yeah.
All right.
So you can ask me whatever you want.
Um, well, look, you've covered off a lot of stuff there.
I will send
There's
this recording to you, Ross, so you'll get the
uh,
recording.
okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Um, I think I've already asked you a few questions there, clarification questions. Um, so I'm targeting the IT industry because I spent 20 years in sales in the IT industry.
Great. So you know all their problems. You know that most
Mm.
salespeople suck in the IT industry.
Yeah.
You know most salespeople don't follow up. You know most
Yeah.
salespeople don't do the work, right? Because they're busy. They're too busy
Yes.
doing other things, so they don't get to the sale. So you know the problems. Your conversations to these people will be easy because you can say, "Hey, I spent 20 years in sales in this IT industry, and here's what I've noticed, and here's how you eliminate me, right,
Yes.
in sales. Here's how you
Yeah.
make my job easier, better, faster, and how I can close more deals for you." Your
Yes.
your entry point is easy. It's easy. You've got an easy entry point because you already have the experience. You already know the business.
That's why I chose that niche.
Yeah,
And that encompasses cybersecurity and
yeah,
IT services and SaaS,
yep.
um, which are four things.
Like I said, make sure they're spending money on ads.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
I think that's one of the hardest things. But now that I can see the perplexity can show you that, that makes that a lot easier.
Yeah, you know.
Um,
Like pick a location, say, give me a list of the top 10 companies in this location that are running ads right now on Google and have visibility with their social media and content strategy.
Yeah.
And it'll give you 10 companies that'll have Facebook groups and, ads. And like, you don't need Perplexity to do that. You just go follow.net, put in a niche, and it'll show you all the ads that are running.
What is it? Follow.net.
Follow.net or spyfu.net.
Yeah. I've heard of SpyFu.
Or I think it's spyfu.com.
Yeah.
So it'll show you the ads that are being run. It'll show you rough cost per ad.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, you should be able to find five. You should be able to find 5 companies or 2 companies within seconds. You know, you can even ask Perplexity who's the owner or the founder of the company, and it'll give it to you.
Which is important.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the person that's gonna be the person to talk to, not every time. Like
Well,
with us,
especially
go on.
in the
And the
smaller companies. Like,
smaller ones, yes, and the bigger companies, maybe not.
no, no. Well, they'll have CMOs and the likes.
Yep, yep,
As sales and sales,
yep, yep,
sales directors, directors of sales,
yep.
all those kind of people.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for your time, John. I really do appreciate it.
That's
Um,
okay. I guess just make sure you've got your questions answered so I can answer your questions.
yeah. Look, I did want to clarify around the pricing and that, of course, you were talking about just with the smaller solution like speed to lead with voice, but if it's a larger solution like the 4-bot system, then obviously you can charge a lot more for that.
Well, you can, but remember you're leading with one thing. So
Mm,
if you lead with one thing and then decide to sell something else, which is fine, all you're doing is making the sale more complicated.
yeah.
But if you
Okay.
sell one thing, right, and you get it up and running and it works, then they're going to buy the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, right? But as soon as you add complexity, as soon as you add a constraint of I have to think about something else, now you've opened up to a whole can of worms of questions, right? That you now have to be prepared to answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Mm,
sell one thing, just sell the one thing. Don't sell, yeah, you can do the 4-bot system. By the way, there's not a single company on the planet right now that I know of that is actually executed the 4-bot system. No one.
successfully,
No, no one's done it.
because of technical issues.
No, because they just don't know how to sell it. They can't
Mm.
sell it because they can't prove that it works because they haven't got it set up themselves.
Which is one of those things, isn't it? It's hard to sell something you can't demonstrate.
That's right. Well, it's impossible to, like now you're going, okay, it kind of looks like this. It's like, okay, well, it kind of looks like that, or it does look like that, right? You know, it's like I say to people, if you're going to sell missed call text back, have missed call text back set up for yourself. If you don't
Yes.
have it set up for yourself, how can you sell it, right?
Yeah.
That's the
I've
first
got a
thing. We
voice
we
AI
set up our
stuff.
we set up our own AI agent for us to sell what we do first,
That's what I've
right?
done. Yes. I've
Yeah,
done
and
that.
people can go, you can go, well, we use the system and it fucking works for us,
Yes.
right? We dump leads in our system all the time. We get thousands of freaking leads. Works
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so we are our own best case study, our own selves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is really
With IT, one thing you could do with an IT is set up a 1-800 number, a separate 1-800 number, and then set up a mock-up of what a call would look like for an IT services company, like a typical phone call.
yeah. Okay.
Well, it's easy to set. It's not very hard to set up.
You wouldn't even have to put it on a 1-800. You could just put it on a mobile number
You can put it on a mobile number. It doesn't matter.
or a. I tend to use the US numbers.
Yeah. I mean, you can use those Google free numbers as well.
I had one, but I lost it. It disappeared on me.
Mm. So yeah, but I'm just saying it's easy to set it up as a demo for IT.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like what are the typical questions that people ask when they're inquiring about IT services, and you just dump that in a bot. What are the frequently asked questions for managed IT services? You just dump it in the bot. And then you tell the goal of the objective is to set an appointment for an estimate.
Right, yes,
And then, act like a human, be empathetic, be professional, like give it a tone, right? And
yes.
then have people play with it, you know?
Yeah, I like that idea.
And after a while, people don't even know they're talking to AI.
Yeah, they keep getting better, the quality of the voices and everything.
They get better if you train them well. They
Yeah,
get really good. They
yeah,
would get really good if you train them well. Like I got one of my team members who has a fantastic neutral voice, and I got her to just talk to uh, um, 11 Labs for about 90 minutes. Just talk to it as if we were talking to a friend. Let's have a
right.
conversation. Yeah, and then when we got the bot, when we put the voice in the bot, somebody was testing it, and I thought it was that person on the phone. I thought, what's Mary doing on the phone? No, that wasn't Mary. That was the AI agent. I thought, oh shit, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So yeah, we've cloned one of our team members.
There you go. Pretty
So
clever.
yes, the tech's getting good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Okay. Well, look, that's awesome, John. Thanks. Appreciate your time.
you're welcome.
Uh,
Go knock it out of
Thanks.
the park. Let me know that you got a client by Monday.
Okay, shall do.
You should be able to get one. You should be able to get one by Friday. If
Well,
people could get one in a day, you can get one in 5 days.
yep, I
You can do
will.
it.
I
All
will.
right. Go and have some fun.
I will. Thanks, John.
All right. Take care, mate. I'll get this recording to you. Okay.
Good on you. Thank you.
All
Okay,
right. Bye.
bye.